The Buddha sat under a flowering tree, its blossoms gently falling to the earth with each passing breeze. Disciples surrounded him, eager to hear his wisdom, their robes swaying in the soft wind. Ananda, a merchant, stepped forward, holding a golden coin in his palm. His eyes reflected curiosity mingled with unease. "Master," Ananda said, bowing low, "I seek guidance on the righteous use of wealth. Doubts cloud my thoughts." The Buddha looked at the coin, then at Ananda, his gaze unwavering and serene. He spoke with a voice steady as flowing water. "Ananda, wealth can be an instrument of virtue or a chain of suffering," the Buddha began, his tone deliberate. "This coin, like the lotus, can bloom with beauty or decay into greed's swamp." Disciples leaned closer, their breaths hushed, listening to the gentle cadence of his words. The Buddha continued, weaving wisdom as sunlight weaves through leaves, illuminating their minds. "There are 5 virtues for righteous wealth: guard against greed, share with the needy, and invest in truth. Refrain from exploitation, for suffering ripples outward, binding karma in anguish," he added, his voice steady. "This web you speak of is neither virtuous nor wicked. It is your attachment that causes suffering." The Buddha held an imaginary lotus, its petals shimmering with unseen light. "As merchants exchange goods, let them exchange trust and virtue. Like the sun gifting warmth to all," he said. "Remember, even the humble seed grows into a mighty tree, offering shade to weary travelers," the Buddha added. The disciples watched in reverence, their respect for their teacher deepening, their commitment to his teachings strengthened. Compassion is the bridge that spans the divide between suffering and solace, uniting hearts through shared understanding, the Buddha explained. He then told them a story of a woman who fed the hungry with her last grain of rice. "Ananda, ethical trade springs from mindfulness and compassion," he replied, each word an anchor of thought. "Consider the roots of your wealth and the impact it has on others. For harm taints all gain. Align your ventures with moral principles. For truth preserves the fabric of existence," he said. "Balance commerce with generosity, letting the tide of compassion flow through the rivers of transactions," he added. "Let fairness be your guiding star, shining bright for both merchant and customer alike." His voice resonated. Ananda bowed deeply, the golden coin in his palm now a token of new intention. The Buddha looked to the disciples, his gaze reaching beyond individuals to embrace the collective. "Each of you holds wealth in various forms: knowledge, love, resources, and its use shapes the world," he said. "Know that wealth mirrors intention. Its essence bends toward virtue or vice through your actions." He paused, allowing his words to settle, much like the wind quiets before a storm's release. The disciples felt the gravity of his teachings, their breaths synchronized in contemplation. A silence, rich with understanding, filled the garden, encasing it like a cocoon of reflection. Ananda clasped his hands, his expression radiant with gratitude. "Master, your teachings dispel the fog clouding my heart. I will walk this path with reverence." The Buddha nodded, a smile, a mere flicker, brightened his countenance. "Ananda, your resolve transforms this coin into a gift, serving as a light in darkness," he said. The banyan tree swayed gently, its leaves dancing to the rhythm of wisdom's unfolding. Disciples exchanged glances, their spirits buoyed by the teachings. The garden thrived as silence turned into songs of birds, mingling with whispers of flowing streams. The Buddha sat serene, his presence reflecting the harmony that his words bestowed upon the world. Ananda returned to his trade, now a merchant not of wealth but of virtue spreading abundance. He extended his palms outward, embracing the vastness of interconnected existence revealed in that pivotal moment. Buddha invited his disciples into practice, guiding their breaths in rhythmic cadence. The garden, under the banyan tree, became a place of collective learning, a haven of interconnected growth. Thus, the episode concluded, leaving the disciples transformed, their hearts resonating with lessons that reached far beyond wealth. Another day, the sun bathed Jetavana Monastery in golden light, its rays dancing among the emerald leaves. The Buddha sat beneath the banyan tree, the air carrying a gentle melody of wind and birds. Disciples gathered once more, their hearts seeking wisdom and their minds open to enlightenment. Among the crowd, Suddhodana, a farmer, approached with trembling hands, clutching a bundle of seeds wrapped in cloth. The Buddha rose, his movements fluid and unhurried, his expression one of unwavering calm, his presence a beacon of peace. He bent to gather the fallen fruit, his hands moving gently, his actions deliberate, his demeanor humble. The woman watched, her frustration melting into gratitude, her shoulders relaxing, her heart lifted by the simple act of kindness. You see, even in small actions, mindfulness clears the dust from our interactions, allowing compassion to flow freely. The Buddha said, just as crops grow in harmony with the earth, so too must agreements grow in fairness. The Buddha continued, ethical banking respects this balance, ensuring trust and prosperity flourish for all parties. He said, observe your entanglement, and gently loosen each strand with mindfulness and patience. He took a small twig and drew lines in the soil, creating a simple diagram. Buddha's faint smile mirrored his approval of Rahula's perseverance. You must cultivate patience, Buddha advised. A lender must sow fairness, reaping trust as a harvest, and a borrower must honor agreements, cultivating mutual care. He said, when either loses sight of balance, suffering takes root, and trust withers, leaving nothing but barren soil. Suddhodana bowed deeply, his heart lightened with newfound understanding and resolve. Raising his hand, the Buddha declared, true wealth lies not in silver or land but in bonds of mutual care and trust. His words resonated through the monastery, the disciples reflecting deeply on their own interactions and agreements. Suddhodana felt the weight of his burden begin to lift, the teachings infusing his soul with strength. In serving others, be like the child, approaching with openness and without prejudice. The Buddha advised. A merchant argued with a customer, their voices raised, their tempers flaring, their disagreement evident, their bonds strained. Just as the farmer nurtures the soil, ethical banking nurtures relationships, yielding trust and prosperity for generations. Let fairness be the cornerstone of all transactions, benefiting lender, borrower, and community alike. He added, do you see how their anger clouds their perception, distorting their understanding, hindering their connection? The Buddha asked. The disciples nodded, their minds receptive, their understanding deepened, their awareness heightened, their respect for their teacher strengthened. When emotions cloud the mind, clarity is lost, and wisdom cannot guide our actions. The Buddha explained. The merchant and customer noticed the gathering, their anger subsiding, their attention shifting, their connection renewed. The Buddha smiled softly, a beacon of compassion and understanding, his teachings leaving an indelible mark on all present. Thus, another day unfolded, its lessons interwoven with the fabric of life's complexities and resolutions. Another day, the golden hues of dusk embraced Jetavana Monastery, painting the sky in shades of amber and crimson. The Buddha sat beneath the ancient banyan tree, his serene presence radiating peace and wisdom. Disciples surrounded him, their hearts eager to receive the nectar of his teachings. Hema, a young disciple, stepped forward, his face marked with uncertainty and determination, his hands clasped in respectful supplication. The Buddha walked on, his figure blending with the fading light, his wisdom eternal, his teachings timeless. Another day, another serene setting by the riverbank. where the Buddha sat, his gaze calm, observing the water's gentle flow. The disciples leaned closer, their breaths unified in anticipation, their minds attuned to the unfolding wisdom. To retrieve the jewel, the Buddha continued. One must dive deep, yet the currents tempt and threaten, demanding discipline and focus. The villagers scream in panic, running for safety. The disciples leaned forward, their attention captivated by the vivid imagery Buddha conjured. The disciples nodded, recognizing the truth in his words. Their own burdens momentarily felt, their hearts touched by his insight, like the river that carries this reed. We too must learn to flow, not resist, to preserve our strength. To those in power, the Buddha began. Wealth is not possession but a gift, a responsibility that must serve all beings. His words carried the weight of timeless truth, their simplicity resonating deeply within the gathered disciples. A disciple named Devadatta asked, "Master, what is the axle in our own lives? How can we find it amidst the noise of our minds?" Buddha turned his gaze to Devadatta, nodding slightly before responding. The axle is the present moment, unwavering and firm. Ethical banking safeguards the jewel, ensuring its brilliance is shared, not hoarded, illuminating the lives it touches, the Buddha said. Khema bowed deeply, his heart brimming with clarity, his spirit alight with resolve. The Buddha then addressed the disciples as a whole, his gaze encompassing the collective like the sun embracing the earth. Each of you encounters wealth in various forms, knowledge, compassion, and resources, and its use defines your path, he said. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and let the rhythm of your breath anchor you. The disciples and the farmer obeyed, their breaths falling into sync with Buddha's words. Resist the corruption of greed and use wealth to nourish the world. Like rain nurturing parched soil, he declared. The disciples reflected on the teachings, their hearts imbued with the resolve to walk the path of virtue. Khema clasped his hands, his expression transformed by the depth of his understanding. Master, your teachings are a beacon, dispelling the darkness of doubt within me. The Buddha smiled, his gaze warm, his heart welcoming, his presence magnetic, his invitation clear, his joy and simplicity evident. Show me your boat, young one, the Buddha said, his voice kind, his tone gentle, his interest genuine, his attention unwavering. The banyan tree stood tall, its roots intertwined with the earth, a testament to balance and interconnectedness. Disciples exchanged glances, their spirits unified by a shared commitment to upholding the principles of ethical banking. The disciples listened, their understanding deepened, their perspective broadened, their connection to the lesson strengthened, their gratitude evident. In life, be like the boat, the Buddha advised. Trust the flow, let go of resistance, embrace the journey, and find peace. Subhuti bowed his head, the answer dissolving his confusion. Master, he said, your words show me that focus is not a struggle but an art of returning. Thus, another day concluded, its teachings woven into the fabric of existence, a testament to the enduring power of the Buddha's words. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.